The moment my wife told me why she voted for Trump, I started looking up divorce lawyers. I'm 34, my wife Sarah is 32, and we've been married for 7 years. For almost the entire time we've been together, I've been doing amateur stand-up comedy. Nothing huge, but it's something I genuinely care about. Open mics, local bars, small comedy clubs, random late-night gigs. I've spent years writing material, bombing on stage, rebuilding confidence, and trying to improve. Comedy isn't just some hobby to me, it's probably the biggest part of my personality outside of my marriage, and to Sarah's credit, she's always been supportive in practical ways. She'll help me practice bits, sit through rehearsals, sometimes come watch my sets, and she's always encouraged me to keep doing it even when I wanted to quit. But there's one thing that has quietly bothered me for years. She has never laughed at my jokes, not once. Not a real laugh anyway. I'm not exaggerating either. I'm not saying she doesn't think I'm the funniest guy ever. I mean, she literally sits there stone-faced while I'm trying material on her. At first I brushed it off because humor is subjective. Not everybody likes the same comedians. But over time, it started eating at me more than I'd like to admit. Imagine spending 10 years trying to make people laugh while the person closest to you reacts like you're reading a grocery list. Sometimes after shows, people would come up telling me I killed it, and then I'd get into the car with Sarah and she'd just go, "Glad they liked it. That's it. No, you were funny. No favorite joke. Nothing." I brought it up a few times over the years, mostly jokingly, and she'd always say something like, "I don't know, it's just not really my kind of humor," which honestly hurt, but I learned to live with it. Then last week, everything got weird. We were sitting at home having drinks and talking about random stuff when politics came up. Sarah has never been super outspoken politically, but whenever political conversations happened before, she usually nodded along with my opinions, so I assumed we mostly agreed. At one point, I jokingly asked her who she voted for, and she casually said, "Trump." I genuinely thought she was joking. When I realized she wasn't, I asked why. I expected literally any serious answer. Taxes, economy, immigration, whatever. Instead, she started laughing and said, "Because he's hilarious." I just stared at her. Then she kept going. The way he talks, the insults, the facial expressions, the chaos, he's just so funny to me. And honestly, something in my brain kind of snapped. This woman has watched me spend years obsessing over timing, writing jokes, performing for tiny crowds, doubting myself constantly, and she has never genuinely laughed at me. But a politician acting like a reality TV villain is apparently the funniest thing she's ever seen. I know this sounds ridiculous, but it suddenly made me feel like we fundamentally do not understand each other at all, because it's not even really about Trump specifically. It's the type of humor she enjoys. I've always believed humor says a lot about someone, and hearing her laugh about cruelty, insults, mocking people, public humiliation, it made me look at her completely differently. I made some dumb comparison about history repeating itself when people turn toxic behavior into entertainment, and she rolled her eyes and told me I was being dramatic. That honestly made it worse. Since then, I've been sleeping in the guest room because every time I look at her, I keep replaying the conversation in my head. Now, I'm considering staying with my parents for a while just to clear my head, and yeah, I've even thought about contacting a divorce lawyer. My friends think I'm losing my mind and throwing away a marriage over politics and comedy, but to me it feels bigger than that. It feels like after 7 years together, I suddenly realized the person I married connects emotionally to the exact opposite type of person I've spent my life trying to be. And honestly, I don't know how to shake that feeling. Comment, "It's deeper," if this feels more about values than politics.